In around 2 months, most astrologers on the internet will be telling you about something called the BARBAULT basket. Exactly what is it? I'm Sook Boy. You're awesome. Let's talk about it. In 2011, he wrote in an essay that humanity would be seriously threatened by a new pandemic between 2020 and 2021. His name is Andrei Barbault, and he predicted the collapse of the Soviet Union decades before it actually occurred. And in around 2014, he predicted July 2026, 2 months from now, where we see a configuration called a cradle pattern that is now being renownedly known as the BARBAULT basket. And I quote, "The most beautiful configuration of the 21st century, signaling the official takeoff of a new world civilization, the end of a long depressive cycle, and a new collective orientation." Now, to be fair, and trying not to be too doom and gloom here, I am going to show a fair amount of discernment towards his prediction. But I'm not going to take away from the fact that this configuration pattern, this cradle pattern, is extremely significant. Now, in astrology, we nest events in seeding periods. They're usually conjunctions, for example. In this case, it's a stellium, and it looks like this. Look at this mammoth stellium that happened around May 3rd, 2020. In other words, Barbault's methodology points to the emergence of this new civilization happening around May 3rd, 2000. And within his framework, this energetic signature has been developing for 26 years. And in some regards, I kind of tend to agree. Think about the birthing pains of what civilization has collectively gone through since 2000. And for example, think about the last 26 years and the generation that has had to grow through this last 26 years. They've had Pluto in Capricorn for a start. Not to mention 9/11, the 2008 financial crisis, the rise of the surveillance state. Do institutions even work anymore? Can we trust our government? Who does the government even serve? Global pandemic, mass psychosis, political division, cost of living crisis, World War III loading. Look, you tell me. Not to mention, am I even going to have a job in 2 or 3 years because of this whole AI revolution? You will own nothing and you will be happy. Just saying. Millennials and Gen Z were sold a lie and were never given the same stability our parents had the privilege of experiencing. So in some regard, birthing a civilization in 2000 and it coming to terms or full development 26 years later is kind of apt. So from Barbault's perspective, the last 26 years of absolute chaos is not the story going wrong, it's actually on track, funnily enough. Now, astrology is not causality, it's correlation. And if you ask me, Barbault's basket and his prediction actually correlates beautifully to a theory known as the fourth turning. It's not lost on me that you would like to understand how this impacts you personally. I've got you covered. Head over to my page. I've got a playlist for every single zodiac sign and the top pinned post, minor grand trine from July through to November. Check it out. Follow along. This is part 2 of my Barbault basket series. Hope that helps. Okay, bye.